In the glittering haze of a Los Angeles premiere, I stood just off the red carpet, clipboard in hand, watching Ethan Vale charm the cameras with that effortless smile that had won him millions of fans. But as his personal assistant for 3 years, I knew the man behind the facade. The one who crumbled under the weight of expectations. The one who'd whispered secrets to me in the dead of night that no one else could hear. And tonight, as his eyes met mine across the crowd, I felt the pull of something forbidden. Something that could shatter both our worlds if it ever saw the light. My name is Merrick Rivera, and I've always been the invisible guy in the room, the one who makes sure everything runs smoothly without ever drawing attention. Born and raised in a modest suburb of San Diego, I moved to LA chasing dreams of screenwriting, but reality hit hard, landing me gigs as a barista, then a runner on sets, until I scored the role of Ethan's assistant. Ethan Vale. The name alone conjured images of blockbuster hits, tabloid scandals, and that chiseled jawline that graced billboards from Sunset Boulevard to Times Square. He was openly gay, a trailblazer in Hollywood who had come out 5 years ago amid fanfare and backlash, turning his personal life into a symbol of progress. But me, I was still figuring out my own identity, buried under layers of denial and fear, especially in an industry where being out could mean the end of opportunities for someone like me. No fame to shield me, just bills to pay. Our first real connection happened not on a glamorous set, but in the mundane chaos of his trailer during a grueling shoot for his latest action flick. It was 2 a.m., and Ethan was pacing, script in hand, muttering lines that weren't sticking. "Merrick, read this with me," he'd said, thrusting the pages my way. I hesitated. Assistants don't act. But his eyes were pleading, exhausted. So I did, stumbling through the dialogue, and somehow it clicked. He laughed, a genuine sound that cut through the tension, and from that night, our dynamic shifted. What started as late-night rehearsals turned into confessions. His about the pressure of being Hollywood's gay icon, mine about growing up in a conservative Latino family where different wasn't discussed. But society doesn't let stories like ours unfold easily. Ethan's manager, Victoria Hale, was a shark in stilettos, always hovering, reminding him that his image was everything. "No distractions, Ethan. The public's watching." She eyed me suspiciously, as if I were a liability. And then there were the fans, adoring online but vicious when rumors swirled. One tabloid snippet about Ethan being seen with a mystery man could spark debates on whether he was selling out or betraying his status as a role model. I felt it too, the weight of class divides. He in his Malibu mansion, me in a cramped apartment in Echo Park, scraping by on his payroll. As months blurred into years, our bond deepened in stolen moments. A shared coffee run where his hand brushed mine, lingering just a second too long. A quiet drive after an awards show where he admitted, "You're the only one who sees me, Merrick. Not the star, the mess." I wanted to say it back, that he made me feel seen too, but fear choked the words. What if this was just convenience for him? A way to vent without consequences? Society's whispers echoed in my head. Assistants don't date bosses. It's power imbalance, exploitation, a scandal waiting to happen. The first real conflict erupted at a charity gala in Beverly Hills. Ethan was the keynote speaker, advocating for LGBTQ+ rights, his speech eloquent and passionate. I stood backstage, heart swelling with pride, but when he finished and pulled me into a hug, innocent, grateful, the flashbulbs caught it. By morning, social media was ablaze. Ethan Vale's secret affair with assistant? Comments ranged from supportive to accusatory. Is this real love or just another PR stunt? One viral tweet read, Victoria stormed into Ethan's office, slamming printouts on the desk. "This could tank your career, Ethan. He's nobody. Fix it." I overheard it all from the hallway, my stomach twisting. Nobody. That's what I was to the world. But to Ethan, he defended me fiercely. "Merrick is more than that, Vic. Back off." Later, alone in his car, he turned to me, eyes stormy. "I'm sorry. This industry's toxic." I nodded, but inside doubt festered. Was our connection worth the fallout? The societal scrutiny that painted me as the opportunist, him as the fool? As the gala's aftermath lingered, Ethan's schedule intensified with press tours. We barely saw each other outside work, but texts bridged the gap. Simple at first, then laced with unspoken longing. "Miss our late nights," he'd write. I'd reply with a joke, hiding the ache. But one evening, after a disastrous interview where a reporter grilled him on his Playboy image, he showed up at my door unannounced. "I can't do this alone anymore," he said, stepping inside. We talked for hours about his fears of being typecast as the gay actor, my own of coming out to my family. In that vulnerability, something shifted. Our hands found each other, not in passion, but in quiet solidarity. Yet external pressures mounted. My roommate, Jamie, a fellow aspiring writer, noticed my distraction. "Dude, Ethan's world will chew you up. Stars like him don't commit, they collect." His words stung, echoing broader societal views. Hollywood romances are fleeting, especially across status lines. And then my family called, my sister Maria sensing something off. "Merrick, you're acting weird. Is it a guy?" I dodged, but the guilt gnawed. In a culture where machismo still ruled, admitting I was falling for a man, let alone a celebrity, felt like betrayal. The turning point came during a weekend getaway Ethan insisted on, a team-building trip to Big Sur, just us. Away from LA's glare, we hiked cliffs, shared stories under stars. "What if we made this real?" he asked, voice tentative. My heart raced. "But the world." I trailed off. He pulled me close. "Screw the world." In that moment, hope flickered, but reality loomed. Back in LA, a leaked photo from the trip, innocent, us laughing by the ocean, ignited fresh controversy. Activists praised it as representation. Critics called it elitist fantasy. Victoria demanded damage control, a public denial. I confronted Ethan in his penthouse. "Is this worth it? Or am I just your escape?" Tears welled as he shook his head. "You're everything, Merrick. But I can't lose you to this mess." We parted that night unresolved, the chasm between our worlds widening. The denial hit the headlines the next day. Ethan Vale clarifies. Assistant is just a friend. Victoria's handiwork, no doubt. I scrolled through the articles on my phone, each word a dagger. Ethan called immediately, voice frantic. "Merrick, I didn't approve that. She went rogue." But the damage was done. Fans speculated wildly, some shipping us as ethmeric, others decrying it as queerbaiting. I felt exposed, reduced to a plot twist in his life story. Work became a minefield. I showed up to his meetings, clipboard in hand, but our eyes avoided each other. The silence was deafening, broken only by necessary exchanges. "Script revisions at noon," I'd say flatly. He'd nod, the spark gone. Inside, turmoil raged. Was love supposed to hurt this much? Society's lens distorted everything. Power dynamics, class gaps, the assumption that I was using him for a leg up. Even my own community weighed in. Online forums debated if our relationship reinforced stereotypes of the powerful gay man and his subordinate. A week later, at a film festival in Palm Springs, the tension boiled over. Ethan was nominated, the crowd adoring. I lingered in the shadows, but during a panel, a question about representation veered personal. "Ethan, with recent rumors, how do you navigate love in the spotlight?" He paused, glancing my way off stage. "Love shouldn't be about status. It's about finding someone who gets you." The audience applauded, but Victoria pulled him aside post-event. Furious. "You're fueling the fire." That night, in our shared hotel suite, professional necessity, he cornered me. I meant what I said. I won't deny us anymore. My resolve cracked. But what about my life? I'm not built for this scrutiny. We argued, voices rising. Him insisting we fight, me fearing the fallout. It ended with him storming out, leaving me alone with doubts. Was I coward for prioritizing stability, or realistic in a world that favored the elite? Back in LA, my family visited unexpectedly. Maria, perceptive as ever, cornered me in my apartment. "Spill it, Merrick." Who's the guy making you miserable? I broke, confessing everything. Not just Ethan, but my identity. Tears flowed as she hugged me. Mom and Dad, they'll come around. But this Hollywood thing? Be careful. Her support was a lifeline, but it highlighted the cultural clash. My roots in tradition versus Ethan's world of fluidity. Meanwhile, Ethan's career hit turbulence. A conservative studio exec pulled funding from his next project, citing image concerns. Whispers of boycotts surfaced from anti-LGBT groups. He confided in me during a rare quiet moment. This is what they do. Punish us for being real. I wanted to comfort him, but resentment lingered. And what about me? I'm the punchline in all this. The next conflict arose from an unlikely source. Ethan's ex, Marcus, a fellow actor who dated him pre-coming out. Marcus resurfaced at a party, cornering me. Ethan's addictive, but he'll choose fame over you. Trust me. His words planted seeds of insecurity. Was Ethan truly committed, or was I a rebound from his guarded past? As awards season approached, Ethan invited me to the Oscars as his +1. Not assistant, but date. The invitation hung in the air, a test. Say yes, Merrick. Let's show them. My heart screamed yes, but logic whispered no. The red carpet would expose us to judgment. Classists calling it mismatched, activists debating consent in hierarchies. I hesitated, and he saw it. If you're ashamed. I'm not. I'm scared. We didn't speak for days. I threw myself into work, but isolation crept in. Jamie tried intervening. Fight for it, man. Love like that? Rare. His encouragement clashed with societal norms. Romances across divides often fail under pressure. Finally, at a pre-Oscars fitting, Ethan broke the silence. I get it. The world's against us. But I'm all in. Tears in his eyes mirrored mine. We embraced the first real touch in weeks, reigniting hope. But as paparazzi swarmed outside, reality intruded. A photo leaked. Us hugging. Headlines screamed. Confirmed. Victoria exploded, demanding Ethan choose. Career or me. He chose me, firing her on the spot. No more hiding. But freedom came with costs. Sponsors pulled out. Online hate surged. Hollywood's downfall, trolls posted. I faced my own backlash. Friends questioning my motives. Family worrying about stability. In the midst of chaos, we found solace in small acts. Cooking dinner in his kitchen. Ignoring the world. This is us, he'd say. But doubts lingered. Was our love strong enough against societal tides? The Oscars night loomed, a high-stakes gamble. As we prepared, Ethan turned to me. Ready. I nodded, heart pounding. Stepping onto the carpet hand in hand would defy everything. But was it worth the war? The flashbulbs were relentless as we stepped out, Ethan's hand in mine. A statement louder than words. Whispers rippled through the crowd. Is that his assistant? Cameras zoomed, capturing every nuance. Inside, my pulse thundered, but Ethan's steady grip anchored me. We've got this, he murmured. The red carpet interviews were a gauntlet. One reporter beamed. Ethan, introducing your date? He smiled. This is Merrick Rivera, the man who keeps me grounded. Cheers mixed with skeptical glances, but in that moment we felt invincible. Post-event, the after-party buzzed with congratulations and caution. A veteran actress pulled me aside. Brave move, kid, but Hollywood eats its own. Her words echoed societal truths. Power imbalances breed suspicion. Was I the underdog hero or the gold-digger villain? Online, debates raged. True love or exploitation? Progressive voices celebrated. Conservatives condemned. Ethan's nomination win that night amplified it all. His acceptance speech dedicated to those who love despite the odds. But victory was short-lived. The next morning, my phone exploded with messages. My family, Mom in tears, Dad silent. We support you, Mijo, but it's too much. Cultural expectations clashed. My heritage valued privacy, not spectacle. Ethan's world thrived on it. Then came the professional hits. My screenplay submissions, once promising, now ignored. Associated with drama, one agent said. Ethan's project stalled too, studios wary of controversy. We retreated to his Malibu home, a bubble amid the storm. There, we unpacked emotions. His guilt for dragging me in, my fear of losing myself. Am I just your shadow now? I asked. He shook his head. You're my equal. But society disagreed, painting us as unequal partners. Friends like Jamie offered support, but even he admitted, it's inspiring, but risky. A major turning point came via a viral op-ed, Ethan Vale's romance. Progress or problem? The author, a queer activist, argued our story highlighted systemic issues, class, power, visibility. Praised Ethan's courage but questioned if I had agency. The piece sparked panels, podcasts, dividing the community. Some saw us as trailblazers, others as cautionary tale. Ethan responded with an interview, defending us. Love isn't scripted. It's messy, real. I watched from home, proud but anxious. Post-interview, he returned exhausted. They're twisting it. We argued again. Me wanting to pull back, him pushing forward. Hiding is what got us here. Tensions peaked when Marcus reappeared, offering Ethan a safe project. Sans scandal. Dump the baggage, he sneered at me. Jealousy flared, but it forced clarity. Choose, Ethan, fame or us? He chose us, turning down the offer. Relief washed over me, but sacrifices mounted. Ethan's agent dropped him. My family distanced themselves. Isolation bred intimacy, though nights talking dreams, not drama. Yet, external forces persisted. A lawsuit threat from Victoria. Breach of contract, claiming I influenced decisions. It was baseless but stressful. Court dates loomed, exposing private texts, forcing us to relive vulnerabilities. Society's microscope intensified. Was our love genuine or performative? Amid legal woes, a family reconciliation attempt. I flew to San Diego, Ethan by my side. Mom cooked, Dad grilled Ethan subtly. You make him happy? Ethan nodded. More than anything. Tensions eased, but Dad's warning lingered. World's cruel to folks like you. It underscored cultural divides, acceptance at home, judgment elsewhere. Back in LA, the lawsuit settled out of court, but damage lingered. Ethan's career pivoted to indie films, mine to freelance writing. We adapted, but resentment simmered. Did we rush this? I wondered aloud one night. Ethan sighed. Maybe, but regret. No, but challenges evolved. Public appearances drew mixed reactions. Pride parades cheered, conservative events boycotted. Online, doxing threats targeted me, the nobody easier to attack. Security became necessity, eroding normalcy. A pivotal moment. Ethan's offer for a joint project. A script I'd written, him starring. Our story, fictionalized. Excitement mingled with fear. Would it heal or heighten conflicts? As we collaborated, emotions surfaced. His impatience, my insecurity. You think I'm using you? He snapped once. No, afraid you'll outgrow me. The script's completion brought catharsis, mirroring our journey. But pitching it revealed industry biases. Too controversial. Rejections piled, testing resolve. In quiet reflection, we reaffirmed commitment. Through it all, Ethan said, you're my choice. Hope reignited, but high tide approached. The script's green light from a bold producer, thrusting us back into spotlight. As premiere neared, nerves frayed. Would society embrace or reject? The answer loomed, our love on trial. The indie film's premiere in New York was electric, a far cry from Hollywood glitz but charged with authenticity. Our story, veiled in fiction, unfolded on screen. A star and his aide navigating love amid chaos. Critics raved, raw, relatable, but backlash followed. Glorifies inequality, one review claimed. Debates ignited. Did it challenge norms or reinforce them? Ethan and I stood hand in hand at the Q&A, facing questions head-on. Inspired by life? Someone asked. Ethan smiled. Every love story is. Post-premiere, momentum built. The film gained traction, sparking conversations on class in queer relationships. But success bred envy. Old colleagues distanced. New opportunists emerged. A tabloid exposed alleged insider secrets, twisting our past. Ethan's controlling, it claimed, citing anonymous sources. Likely Victoria's revenge. We denied, but mud stuck. Society's appetite for scandal fed on us. The stars fall from grace, the assistants rise. Personal toll mounted. My family, now warmer, still worried. Fame changes people, Dad said during a visit. Ethan's parents, estranged post coming out, reached out tentatively. Reconciliation was bittersweet, highlighting family fractures in LGBTQ+ lives. As the film toured festivals, we traveled together, strengthening our bond. In quiet hotel rooms, we dreamed futures, marriage, adoption. But reality intruded. A hate crime nearby reminded us of dangers. Is this safe? I asked. Ethan held me. Together, yes. A major conflict arose when a big studio offered Ethan a comeback role, on condition of toning down personal drama. Go solo, they implied. He refused. Merrick is non-negotiable. Loyalty touched me, but I felt guilty. Don't sacrifice for me. He laughed. It's us against them. The refusal sparked industry whispers. Ethan's difficult. Roles dried up. Financial strain hit. His lifestyle unsustainable without blockbusters. We downsized, moving to a modest LA home. From Malibu to this? Friends joked. But it grounded us, stripping illusions. Amid hardship, growth emerged. I landed a writing gig, independent of Ethan. Pride swelled as he celebrated. Your talent shines. But jealousy flickered, his fading spotlight versus my budding one. Roles reversed, he teased, but tension lurked. A heated argument erupted after a rejection. This is your fault, he blurted, regretting instantly. No, ours, for daring. We reconciled, but it exposed vulnerabilities. Society's pressure warping perceptions. Community support varied. At a Pride event, fans embraced us. Online, trolls attacked. Fake for clout, comments read. It fueled self-doubt. Was our love pure, or influenced by external validation? Turning inward, we sought therapy, couples counseling for queer pairs. Sessions unpacked traumas. Ethan's fame-induced isolation. My identity struggles. Society's not the enemy, the therapist said. Your reactions are. Insights healed, fostering deeper connection. As the film won awards, vindication came. Ethan's speech. To Merrick, my partner in every sense. Tears flowed amid applause. But post-win, a bombshell. A producer's harassment allegation against Ethan, false, planted by rivals. Investigation cleared him, but reputation scarred. Resilience tested, we pressed on. I came out publicly in an essay owning my story. Responses poured, inspiring to some, controversial to others. Assistant turns activist, headlines mocked. In reflection, our journey evolved from hidden glances to open defiance. But costs lingered. Lost friends, strained family, career pivots. High climax approached with a marriage proposal. On a big Sir Cliff, our sanctuary, Ethan knelt. Marry me, Merrick. Defy it all. Yes escaped my lips, joy overwhelming fears. Announcement went viral, polarizing. Celebrations versus condemnations. Planning the wedding amid scrutiny. Venue threats, media frenzy. Society's mirror reflected divides. Progress versus prejudice. As vows neared, doubts resurfaced. Ready for forever? Ethan asked. I nodded, but inside, questions swirled. Could love conquer systemic barriers? The wedding day dawned, an intimate affair with close allies. Vows exchanged, rings slipped on, a triumph. But as confetti fell, reality waited. Honeymoon in seclusion offered respite, a Hawaiian retreat, away from prying eyes. We basked in newfound peace, rediscovering joy sans drama. This is what matters, Ethan whispered, waves crashing. But return to LA shattered the illusion. Paparazzi camped outside. Job offers came with strings. Ethan's indie success opened doors. But at what cost? Post-marriage, Dynamics shifted. I pursued writing full-time, Ethan acting selectively. Balance felt achievable, but societal echoes persisted. A documentary pitch about our story, Hollywood's Unlikely Love. We agreed, hoping to inspire. Filming unearthed raw emotions, interviews probing pains. Regrets? The director asked. None. We chorused, but privately scars ached. Public reception mixed. Acclaim for authenticity. Criticism for profiting off struggle. Debates flourished. Did our visibility help or hinder broader equality? Queer youth messaged thanks. Elders cautioned overexposure. A fresh conflict. Adoption discussions. We explored agencies, but biases surfaced. High-profile couples face scrutiny, one said. Background checks dug deep, unearthing Ethan's past scandals. Rejection stung. Society's not ready, Ethan fumed. We fought on, advocating publicly, petitions, speeches. Wins came slowly, but exhaustion mounted. Family integrated gradually. Holidays blended. My parents hosting, Ethan's joining tentatively. Cultural fusions, tamales with Hollywood tales, bridged gaps. But external judgments lingered. Adopted kid as PR prop? Trolls sneered. Career highs and lows intertwined. My book deal, memoir-inspired fiction, soared. Ethan's directorial debut flopped under boycott. Envy tested us. Your turn to shine, he said genuinely, but strain showed. Therapy helped navigate. Years passed, our story evolving. The film became cult classic, sparking change. More diverse roles, policies against discrimination. But personal toll, health scares from stress, moments of doubt. Was it worth it? I asked one anniversary. Ethan smiled. Every bit. In quiet reflection, we mentored others, young queer artists navigating fame. Love defies status. We'd advise, but warn of pitfalls. Society progressed incrementally. Legal wins, cultural shifts. Yet, backlashes persisted. Anti-LGBT bills. Media sensationalism. Our bond, forged in fire, endured. From assistant to equal, star to partner, we rewrote narratives. But questions remained. Did we change the world, or it us? As we aged gracefully, legacy loomed. A joint foundation for LGBTQ+ support. Scholarships, safe spaces. Impact rippled, but controversies followed. Funding debates, accusations of elitism. In the end, our tale wasn't fairy tale perfect, but profoundly human. Love triumphed, yet at cost. Society's conflicts shaped us, forcing choices that defined. Is true love capable of overcoming societal status barriers without irreversible sacrifices, or does the system always demand a price?